Hey guys and girls, what's up? Synergy here, and today we have a very special video for you. This one is going to be a flawless raid, and as you may be aware if you check on Bungie etc, basically 0.3% of the world actually have this achievement, so it's a very special one, and it's a big shout out for Dark Mask Clan, which is our Destiny clan. So we're basically going to get into this and we're going to go from start to finish. Obviously some of us are smokers, so we do take a few breaks as well. What we're going to do is we're going to take that time just to have a little bit of a breather as well. So first of all, we're loading in and we're doing this on normal mode. Hard mode will be the next challenge, and obviously what we'll be doing as well is we will be doing the speedruns. Right, so eventually what it's going to do is it's going to load us in, so that is a minute and 8 seconds just to load in. And we're going to show you the way that we do the spire to start with. Just doing a little trick on my little Evo. Right, you can see Tom whizzing past now. If the Minotaur's not spawned at the back, he's obviously spawned right here, and as you can see there, not Minotaur, Praetorian on this part. Sometimes they're called Minotaurs, sometimes they're called Praetorians. And you can see Relentless Shrine is basically going to take up towards the hillside. We're going to give support on these Praetorians as well. This is the part where you can meet random players on the outside as well, so some people can come and spectate. Generally they'll end up going into the raid thinking they can get the chest, but obviously they can't. So we got another Praetorian that's going to be incoming anyway. As you can see right there, I'm actually getting hit quite hard from somewhere. And that's why the Praetorian is at the backside as well. But no worries, we got this guys. We're out of heavy ammo, we just need to keep eyes on where they are and where they're spawning. Unfortunately there was nothing I can do about these random level 24s, but they'll be doing absolutely no damage whatsoever unless they're wasting any of their rockets. Now I do have my brew here as well, so I am going to be taking a few drinks because it's a very long video just to commentate, but it is a very fast way of completing the Flawless Raider achievement. The reason this is so special guys, like I said, 0.3% in the world actually have this achievement, and what a lot of people are planning to do is get the achievement when the level cap hits 32, because it will be a lot more easier. But we don't want to do that, we want to challenge ourselves and get it while we're level 30, because then we've actually earned it, rather than just got carried through it. Right, so we got another Praetorian as well. The guns that I'm using is the Fatebringer. I'm also using the fusion rifle from New Monica, which is the Purifier V7. See that Praetorian, didn't expect him there, so I'm just going to back off that because it is a flawless raid. Therefore we need to be careful not to die at all at any given point. Now when we get to later in the video, basically what makes this achievement a lot more special for you guys is what happens at Avians is it does bug out where sometimes it can teleport 2 people, sometimes it will teleport 1 people, and other times it will actually teleport 0 people. So we're going to talk you through how we do it, etc, and stuff like that. Obviously you need a very good team for this to do. Now just to give a shout out to the team members, we've got Relentless Shine, we've got me, Synergy, we've got Boss Monster, we've got Tom, we've got Stunned Stealth V2, and we also have a Warlock, which I've actually forgot his name, Pleading. We actually met him quite recently and he's an absolute awesome player as well. But I'll tell you his name when we get closer to him. Just making sure nothing's following us at the minute. So that's the first part done. Now a lot of you want to be careful with your sparrows at this point, because you can actually kill your team with the sparrows as well. There we go, Pleading Prince. Next part we're going to be moving on to the confluxes. And then from the confluxes we'll have the legions, and we'll be moving on to the oracles as well. Now the next important factor is just making sure that you do make all your jumps, and you do want to be careful. Just take your time with it, one at a time. Don't get in anyone's way, don't knock somebody off the edge, etc. Now unfortunately I couldn't capture the game chat because I'm not quite figured out how to yet, and we're just using these ledges, safety first. We're going to knock onto here. Now what I like to do is get rid of this box. Just because it's my box, nobody else's, it's mine. That's right, Tom. I said it's mine. You'll hate me for that, by the way, guys. Right, so you can see them all just coming down now. And what we're going to do is we're going to get into this part pretty damn quickly as well, so we're on 6 minutes 29. Right, we basically got defend the conflux, so we're going to be taking out the ads. Now, what you're going to notice in the centre where I am is the boss does actually aggro a lot towards me, so I do have to duck and dive quite a bit as well at the same time. And like so, for example, I'll hit down to a third of my health. Just going to make sure that I'm behind that wall, regen my health. Now I'm going to go back out and start killing again. Okay, so the first part's pretty simple. We're all staying at the back. We've got split on the left, middle and the right hand side as well. Although a lot of people tend to come behind me and steal a lot of my kills from behind, as you'll see from my perspective. Frickin' thieves. But we are moving on. Now the Fatebringer, if you actually shoot the goblins, hobgoblins in the belly, it will one-shot them. Maybe not from far range, but certainly from this sort of range, as you can see, like so. Now there's an interesting thing with this as well. Once you get the confluxes done, what's going to spawn, especially on the left hand side, is an absolute crap load of hobgoblins. You need to take them out, you need to take them out fast. Right, so now we are moving on to the legions. I don't have my super, so I'm going to be using a rocket. I should be good on heavy ammo sims for the minute. Now, if you are using the rocket launchers, obviously you've got to be extra careful when you are firing them. And there we go, we just created 6 orbs, or 8, one of the two. And there you go. Right, now we spawn on the confluxes, and what we're going to be doing now is we're just going to stop things coming out of this cave here. They are going to spawn to the right hand side of me as well. You need to be careful of the legions to the right hand side, because they can run up to you and basically they can explode on you. But that is exactly what Tom's going to be covering. He's going to be taking out those down here. I'm going to be turning back every now and then just to make sure. When I do, I find quite a few of the fanatics are there. Right, so we got 2 fanatics. Now, as you noticed there, I'm just literally backing off those fanatics because I don't want them to explode on me and it costs the achievement or anything like that. Now, you are going to see me mess around a little bit in this raid, which I probably shouldn't do, but it was very safe for me to do so it's okay. Right, so now I can move up and I can push forward a bit. The reason I'm not going to the top this time is just solely because of the goo that's on the floor. Even if you're quite close to it, you can still actually get marked. You can see double Praetorians on the left hand side. This is what you need to be careful of. 1 and 2. There you go, we'll take them out nice and swift. And then we'll end up finishing off the ads. Right, now that we've finished off the ads, you can see we've got another Minotaur. Missed the first shot, we got double Minotaurs, so we're going to place another rocket. Tom's also got that covered as well. This is what I mean about the spawns, guys. You will get a lot of Minotaurs, you will get a lot of hobgoblins while you're doing this raid. And we are 10 minutes and 57 seconds into it. While we're just enjoying a bit of the game footage, I'm just going to take some more of my brew. We're back into Legions at the minute, and you can see that Stealth ends up creating the 8 orbs, and Pledge ends up creating 2. What we actually do is we just literally rape the centre of it. But at the same time we're also being careful that we don't leave ourselves exposed to anything hidden behind, etc. What I'll do at the end of this video, because the achievement didn't pop on the recording, guys, I will actually show the achievement in a separate little mini clip just right at the end as well, just so you can all see that it's all legit. You can see it on your screen anyway, you can see it if anybody dies whatsoever within the raid, because they'll come up as an X on the screen, or it'll say Guardian died. Decide to use the super there just to clear him out from that right hand side, because we're getting very close, which means there's going to be a lot of hobgoblins spawning, as you can see there as well. Now there is a few times where I do get hit down hard as well myself on this left hand side, because some of the factors that you've got to bear in mind is on the left hand side you're going to have the goblins, which are pretty easy to take out. You're going to have a lot of minotaurs, which are even harder to take out. But at the same time, if you leave your head exposed, the boss is going to attack you on this side as well at the same time. I know I just repeated myself there. Okay, we got another Minotaur, and we're down to 2 rockets, so we need to make sure that we do hit this one. But Tom's got that one covered, so we're going to save our rockets. Obviously we could heavy ammo synth as well. The only thing is, if we heavy ammo synth and 2 hobgoblins spawn at the top, you're going to end up sniped while you're doing it. Now you can see the amount of hobgoblins, so I'm going to waste these last 2 rockets just to clear out this left hand side a bit, and then we're going to take out the rest of them. You can see all the orbs that are flowing right now. Some people do end up getting marked by the goo as well, but they manage to save it. I am creating quite a lot less orbs, just solely because people are raping the centre all at the same time. So it's like Russian roulette, it's anybody's game really. Okay, so we're back into the ritual, and what we're going to end up doing is we're going to be switched over. And this is where I am going to use the synth, Gonna switch to my Avian's Epilogue just because I find it better to take out oracles with rather than using the Fatebringer, even though the Fatebringer will get the kills easy. But the Fatebringer is generally slower on the oracles at the same time. Destroying an oracle before it spawns, just for the fun of it. Middle, L2. And obviously we have to R3. Right, now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting the cave oracle, but I'm not going to be focusing primarily on it. I'm also going to be focusing behind me, giving a bit of support, because throughout this I think one guy does end up AFK while we're doing this as well. Okay, so the oracles are spawned, we're just going to help Tom out there. We need to take out our cave one, so we'll get rid of that. Just making sure there's no ads near me. And there we go, we're on to the next wave. Now, what I was doing is I was aiming my rocket on that right hand side just to give them support if they ended up with minotaurs as well, like you can see me doing. Just going to dodge his bullets here. Tom's super has managed to take him out, so we're going to save our rocket to save the ammunition. Now you can see yet another minotaur. We're going to take him out straight in the cave there, not even give him a chance to teleport. Now we do have one dedicated guy who's going to be on a lot of the middle ads, but what he's going to be doing is he's going to be sniping most of the hobgoblins. Just to take that factor out of the equation, you will find it a hell of a lot easier, because you won't end up hit down as hard. And we end up with another minotaur as well. Almost finished my brew, guys, so it'll just be straightforward commenting. Well, commentating. Pardon me English there. Oracle in the centre. My one's going to spawn now. We're just going to take that out. And we're going to take the ads out that are directly in front of me, because they're not a big threat, guys. You don't need to worry about goblins. They're not going to do much damage to you, unless there's like 6, 7 of them, give or take. Now this is the part where I do mess around, because you're going to see a lot of my kills every time I'm aiming at them. Tom ends up killing them from behind me, because he's got a scout rifle. So he is actually better at range than the avians, and he ends up leaving me towards the minotaurs, like so. And we're just going to sit down, chillax, we notice another minotaur, and we'll take him out in one shot. Right, here comes the ad again. Stealth has got that one, we're just going to take that one out. They do have a minotaur on the right hand side now. And we're just going to finish up these little lads there, and that's the next part done. Okay, now when you do actually finish the oracles part, guys, what you have to do is you have to kill everything you see, because things will still spawn, hobgoblins will spawn, and obviously if you get sniped, simple as that. You don't have to do it all over again. I'm just gonna take a little breather here again. Tom trying to push me up the hill, messing around at the same time, teabagging me body. Little bitch. Now we do actually use different shaders, even though they're not the legendary shaders. Some because they look cool. This one I'm actually trying the broadsword, but I'm not too keen on it with the green look and everything like that. I don't think it looks very good. But this is Dark Mask Clan at the finest, doing the achievement, which is 0.3% of the world that have the achievements, which means we can all 1000G this game. So I will be ending up creating a Titan as well, guys. I've already got my Warlock, I've got my Hunter, I do have a secondary Warlock, but in order to get all the achievements I'm gonna have to sacrifice my Warlock for a Titan, as in my second Warlock. Okay, Oracles are spawn, we're going to help him out with that one. My one should spawn in a second, right there. And Tom's just nicked my Oracle again. He likes to nick my kills throughout this. I actually placed the rocket there because we did have a shout out for a minute. Oh no, that was actually when I was trying to nick his Oracle just to annoy him. And we are halfway through almost, guys. I know it's a very long video to watch, but it is a flawless raid, and I didn't want to cut anything out, so you could see that we're not cheating or anything like that. It's not, we died at some point or other, blah blah blah, etc. Because that part wasn't shown. I didn't want anybody to be able to say anything like that. Which is why I'm also going to show the achievement popped on my Xbox as well at the same time. And here we go with the goblins again. So what we've actually done is we switched over to the Sunsinger, all the Warlocks. Now because we've created so many orbs, we're going to be able to get supered straight away, and then we're going to have plenty of orbs to spare. So what we're going to do with the Templar is we're going to cheese him. Now you're going to see from my perspective, one of our players does do something very very stupid and gets unbelievably lucky as well. And you're going to see that from my point of view because I have the clearest view on it. And to be honest with you guys, this part really shit me up because I've had it where I've been stuck there before. The Templar spawns and basically it crushes you. So you're going to see exactly what I mean. There's Boss Monster right underneath me. Oh, Templar starting, and look how close that was. Now you can understand why I shit myself. Okay, so we're just going to help with the ads, take out the harpies. They're not really a threat, but they are a threat when they stay still and then lock on you. In other words, they end up getting the tentacles and they'll do a lot more damage to you. We're going to use our first supercharge. Now, I do make a mistake here. I'll use my supercharge while he's in negation, which is a big mistake, but we're going to see how far we can manage to push him anyway. And let's see if we can just get him up that hill a bit further. We're going to pick up these orbs. I'm not too worried because my teammates behind me can definitely take out these ads easily, as well as the Oracle at the same time. Now we're supercharged again, so what we're going to do is we're going to go for a big push this time. And yet again I mistake him dropping down into negation for it to be starting. Now look at this for a push. Boom, 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 and almost. And he's not quite there, guys, unfortunately. And he's going to go into negation. We're being hit, so we're just going to back off it. No point in risking it for a chocolate biscuit. Okay, so I'm completely out of grenades, so it's going to be down to the rest of them to throw their grenades down. Unless my grenades ends up getting charged, and then I'll just quickly throw it into the face of the Templar and we'll get him off the edge. Here you can see Relentless has just threw one. Templar's already gone. And that is the end of that part, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the Voidwalker. Now, what I do switch out on my class making these jumps as well is basically I do put toughness on rather than agility, because obviously it's a lot safer to do so. Right, so the next part we are moving on to is all the jumps. Now, what we decide to do is we do go the loot cave way, and we're just gonna take our time and baby jump absolutely everything. We're not gonna go for straight jumps, just like so. You're gonna see it in my point of view. This is from a wall-up perspective. It works differently for the Titans and the Hunters, just bear that in mind. It's like taking your first steps first. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Dropping straight down, and then we're going to use our boost just to make sure we have a nice and soft landing. Double jump down here. Obviously that's a little bit more risky, you can take it babyish, as in land on each ledge. And we do exactly the same right here. Alright, so what we're going to do now is just come down here. We're not going to get to the 5th chest because obviously we don't need the loot, we're doing this for solely the achievement. And we're going to be moving on to the Gorgon's Lair. Now the Gorgon's Lair is quite tricky on normal because sometimes you can have 2 spawn and they can actually switch their normal rotations around, so you do want to be very careful of that. There will be a lot of people that are saying Gorgon's Lair, yeah, it's easy, but when your timing's out the whole rotation changes. So what we're actually going to use is we are going to be using the rock as well. You're going to see a few people are a little bit slower here, and when we're all together we're going to get going. Okay, so this is basically follow the leader right now. You can see everyone's moving back because on the radar there is going to be a Gorgon that comes right in front of the screen. You can see one going around there. Basically this was no race, so we'll just take our time. We're not going for any speed run, we're going for the achievement. And you can see Gorgon 1 and Gorgon 2. Now we do something a little bit risky in here as well. We think we can make it on the floor, and you're going to see exactly what happens. Okay, so we're going through nice and easy, no problem, and then suddenly we all panic and get back because there's a Gorgon there. So we decide to go up onto the rock just to play it safe. Now you can listen to the Gorgon and know that it was actually very close. So we're just going to wait for that rotation to go around. Make sure we can jump down with ease. And we do so right now. No double jumps, no shooting, no using any of your abilities while you're doing this. Once that one's passed there, we're just going to walk through and we're going to get onto the disappearing stairs. Now we do this a little bit differently. Instead of, if we were rushing the raid, we'd basically just jump straight down and go for straight jumps. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns, so 3 or 4 is going to go to begin. 2 of us are going to stay behind and we're going to make the jump straight after. What this avoids is basically people landing on each other's heads at the same time. So you can see the first 4 going. So I wanted to be the one to stay behind just to show you everybody else jumping. You can see how they're spread out right now. And they've all safely and soundly made their jumps. If you fail this jump, guys, your achievement is ended. It's as simple as that. There's no going to orbit, just to point out. There's this sort of myth that if one person dies and goes to orbit, basically what will happen is you can still get the achievement as long as you all don't die. Well, no, that's not true, guys. Don't listen to anything like that. And you can see my baby jump here. I'm just going right to the corner. And I'm just going to land it nice and soft. Now you can see pleading is right there. Almost end up knocking each other off. Just didn't expect him down that late. Just going to use the jump on the outside. And safely back onto the ledge. Now, instead of jumping straight across, we're going to turn and jump. Okay, so for this part, basically, what we end up doing, guys, is we have one person soloing the green side alone, which is going to be me as a warlock with the split grenades and the Gallahorn rocket launcher. We're going to be putting 2 people in the yellow side just to get it down quicker, because as you know, the actual boss, he does hide behind the rock, and therefore he does take a little bit more time, so hopefully I won't be too quick in my side for them, because I don't want to end up forcing them to go black screened or anything. So we just gotta be careful of that. Now you can see us taking a little break right here at the minute, so I'm just gonna talk you through it, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna basically be showing you exactly what we do, and obviously the one point that I was making before is when Atheon, you get Atheon, he does do this bug. Now this bug can basically happen in random ways. One of the ways is where he only portals 1 person. The other way is where he portals 2 people. The other way is where he portals absolutely nobody. If nobody gets portaled, what you need to do is everybody just stay on the outside. Do not go into the portals because you will get marked and you will die. The next way is if one person gets portaled, what that person is going to do is he's actually going to pick up the relic, hide behind the wall, he's going to drop the relic, and what he's going to do is kill the first oracle. From then, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sending 2 people through to finish off all of the other oracles. That relic holder, once he takes out the first oracle, is going to make his way to the portal, and he's going to use the sides just so he doesn't take any damage from any of the ads or anything like that. Everybody can get that sorted. Sometimes you will have a minotaur that does come straight up to you. If you do that, you have to take him out. I'm sorry, there's no other way around it. And yeah, so what he's going to do then is he's going to end up cleansing those people. Right, so obviously this is around about a 5-minute break, so I do apologise for the wait, but like I said, we are smokers as well. And what you can actually do, guys, I won't sort of like beat around the bush, we're just messing around here. You can actually fast forward it until we end up going up to the door if you wish to do so. So if you wish to do that, I suggest you do it now, because it'll be very shortly we'll end up going for it. So bearing in mind this video is 43 minutes 15 seconds, we've had 1 little break already, and we've got this break now. which is taking off a good 10 minutes. So we're looking at around about the 33 to 35 minute marker for the whole raid flawless done, which is by far the fastest that it's been done as far as I'm aware. So in fact, we actually didn't just get one achievement, we actually got 2 achievements while doing this. Now if we speedrun this, guys, we should be able to have the time maybe around about 26 minutes at a push. Just gotta bear in mind how long each part takes as well. Obviously we can do it flawlessly, no problem. And when we do a speedrun of this, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to purposely have someone die so that the bug that happens at this part, well, not this part, not the gatekeepers, as in Avian and myself, the bugs that do happen doesn't end up happening. So in order to do so, we will have to have someone die when we do speedrun it. Because if nobody dies, this will happen again, and obviously we won't be able to take him down as fast. You can see me now with my Nova Bomb, just taking out that. The cluster missiles are going to take out the Adster as well, and that was just 2 Galahorn rockets. Now what I do here is I take my Galahorn off, because you're going to see exactly why I take my Galahorn off. And I'll explain to you what can happen when you leave your rocket launcher on. Basically, as soon as you finish the gatekeepers, you've got your rocket launcher in your hand, and if one of the Praetorians is quite close to you, you'll end up rocketing yourself. You could rocket yourself against another player, and you don't want to do that. Now this part we're going to be taking it a little bit easier. We're going in the weapons light bubble, and we're just using the super on the first one, and we're just going to chill out here, have a quick check to the right. Looks like Nave might need a bit of help. Nope, he's got that sorted. We're just going to wait back a little bit, ground slam, and ground slam. And now we're going to move back a little bit because we are hit down a bit, and now we're going to ground slam. Now you see exactly what I mean by the relic being dropped. When you do complete it, that will happen. If I had a rocket launcher in my hand there, I guarantee you I'd probably be dead. Right, now, the tactic that we actually use in order to resolve the bugs is we constantly have somebody in the high spot, which is actually going to be my role on this one. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking out as many supplicants as I can. Obviously the Avian's Epilogue is not the best weapon to do so, but there's a reason that I'm using that one as well, because I can rinse the boss on the outside as much as physically possible, and I'm going to take down as much damage as I can ready for them to come on the outside. The second part is we're going to be using the weapons of light bubble at the back, and we're also going to be using the relic as well. People will be rocket launchering. If you are rocket launchering, you want to be careful not to rocket launch the shield, not to rocket launch somebody else who's just jumped in front of you or anything like that. And you can see me using my super there just to take out a few of those ads. And we've got the tracking grenades on as well, guys. Right, so what I don't want to do is you need to make sure that if you are in this high spot, not to fall off whatsoever, because if you fall off, what those supplicants will do is they won't stay stationary, as in they'll actually go to the back and they'll wipe out your team, so it's on you to do that job. Now what we end up doing with the portals is we do send 2 through the portal, because usually only one gets teleported, two's being teleported, we send one through the portal. That's how we compensate it. Now you can see Nathan just protecting people with the relic shield there. Moving on to the next part. Now I'm going to end up wasting a lot of my ammo into the boss. So I'm going to end up running very low on ammo. But I've also got to make sure that these supplicants, like so, don't end up exploding on one of my teammates. These ones don't need to worry as much about, but we're still going to take them out. The idea of being here is to make sure that there's no supplicants left for when they go into the next portal run, because you don't want to get overrun with too many supplicants on the outside. You want it to be as clear as possible. So we're just using those tracking grenades on the super. They're going to go and seek towards it, but it's also going to do damage towards the boss as well. It may be less damage being up here, but it still adds a little bit off. You can see, give or take, 100 a shot, and how fast the Atheon shoots. Now, obviously we've killed this guy in one teleport in one of the previous videos, which is the fastest teleport kill that you will see. But this one's a completely different perspective because we're doing the flawless raiding. Now obviously I'm still taking out damage on the boss when and if I can as well. Just gonna super down there, we're gonna take out those ads. Make sure everything's nice and safe. Take out the subgun here. Now you can be shot and you can aggro the boss from up here as well. So rather than aggro towards other people, he'll aggro towards you that are up here. And you'll see exactly what I mean by so. We're almost done, guys. We've got times vengeance, 20 seconds. We're just gonna rinse this boss now. Everything we've got, because we're so close to it, we don't want to mess it up by doing anything stupid. And boom! Now what we do here, while we're finished, guys, we're going to take a little break again. Only a few minutes this time. Now you can see how nobody is moving whatsoever, because what we don't want to do is anybody to fail a jump, fall off the edge, and then the achievement will just not happen. And like I said, guys, I'm going to stop commentating this video very shortly after we all have a little dance, and I'm also going to be inputting the raid achievement from my Xbox One itself, and we're going to put that into a little clip as well. Right, so here we go. Now if your achievement doesn't pop, guys, don't worry, it will pop. You've just got to wait for the achievement and go to your notifications or sign out and sign back in after you've left the raid. Peace out, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.